Okay, so I am logged into Cronometer. I just thought I would walk you through it, just in case you needed this to refer back to. So basically, this is what it looks like on the computer. It looks a little bit different on your phone, and actually, it's a little more user friendly on the phone. So I'll try to do a screen capture of that as well. But this is what it looks like on my Mac, actually. So this is your main dashboard. You can see, how many days you've been logging. They call it a streak. Um, your history, your recent history of how many calories you consumed. If you're tracking your weight, if you have a weight goal, for example, it will show you that. But you can put anything you want on your dashboard. You can play around with that. I am not concerned with exercise or heart rate or any other things. We're only using this tool to track our food. So even though you can incorporate exercise, I'm not going to have you do that. I'm just going to have you use this to track your food. So your diary is where you're going to spend the most time. So if you look at, this is actually today, I do this myself every single day to make sure that I'm eating enough. And so I have my diary all set up. But let's pretend now that we're going to go to your diary. So I'm going to quickly go into my pro account and I'm going to click on Carol. And Carol's going to pop up at some point here. Let's see. There she is. Okay. So here's Carol. So right now, for you have an empty diary, obviously, because you haven't actually started tracking yet. You do have targets. So we are targeting 1,800 calories, and it's broken out into protein, carbs, and fat. So right now, we have this uncategorized bar, which I don't even know that you need, but we'll just leave it there. Actually, diary settings, I can take it out. Let's see here. Why are you being so slow? All right, I'm just going to leave it. So let's pretend that for breakfast, so we're going to click on the breakfast bar. For breakfast, let's say you ate eggs and they were cooked. Doesn't really matter how you cooked them, for the purposes of this. Let's say they were large. I know I usually end up buying large eggs, and say you had two. We're going to add those to your diary. So there you go, your 2 eggs that you had for breakfast. Now, let's say if you're like me, you also had a couple strips of bacon. So you can pick a generic one, like, just regular pork bacon, or if you had turkey bacon, you can select a generic one, and that's enough. If you are a detail-oriented person, you might want to say, I had great value bacon from Walmart. And so this one I had 2 slices. So that's 1 serving. It was 2 slices, add to diary. So now we have got eggs and we've gotten your great value. So you got your bacon. Now we're up to 20 grams of protein, 1 gram of carbs, 40 grams of fat. To be totally honest, this is actually a great breakfast right here, because you want to get around 20 to 30 grams of protein in every meal that you have, and that includes snacks. If you do that, you will reach your protein goals. So you could leave it at that. But I bet you probably had some coffee. You can put coffee in there. You can, let's see, Keurig. I have these Green Mountain coffee roasters that I like, the caramel vanilla cream. Believe it or not, there's a couple calories in there, so you could throw that in there. I usually put some sugar in mine. So sugar, granulated, not a tablespoon. Nope, nope, nope. Like a teaspoon of sugar. Put that in there. Okay, so we're good with breakfast. Now you would do that for all of your meals. You can choose to do that in the morning if you know what you're going to eat all day. You could do it at the end of the day. You can do it as you eat each meal. Whatever works best for you is what you do. But as you go, you will see that it will start to populate here. Ignore the percentages over here. They're going to change as you add stuff, so don't even worry about it. But what you really want to focus on is your protein. That's where you really want to focus at this point, and making sure that you're hitting as close to that 141 as you possibly can. I would say if you're within, at the end of the day, within 10%, you've done a good job. We will get into some of these other nutrition targets later, but just know that we can track a whole lot of stuff if we want, but we're not going to. We're only going to look at what you're eating for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and any snacks. So that is how you log food. I will do a separate demo showing you how to add recipes in case you have something new that isn't showing up in the app. I know you had asked about that, but I'll do a separate one on that. So just watch this as many times as you need to in order to learn how to do it. I will, again, I'll try to do this with the phone as well and show you the differences, the subtle differences with the app. But happy tracking.